Have you ever wondered about the root of the Israel-Palestine conflict? This conflict has been going on for more than 100 years. Let's go back to the late 1800s and early 1900s. During this time, lots of people around the world were trying to establish their own countries. Two groups in the Middle East, the Zionists, who were Jews wanting their own country, and the Arab nationalists, who were Arabs wanting independence, were making a lot of noise. The British government in 1917 promised a home for the Jewish people in Palestine. But Palestine was already home to the Arab Palestinians. This is where the conflict started, with both groups wanting the same land. In 1947, the United Nations tried to solve the problem by suggesting Palestine be split into separate Jewish and Arab countries, with Jerusalem being controlled by the international community. But the Arab states and Palestinians didn't agree with this. They thought it was unfair. This disagreement led to the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The war ended with Israel taking more land than what was suggested by the UN. The Palestinians, who had hoped for their own country, were left without one. Then in 1967, things changed again. In just 6 days, Israel took control of the West Bank from Jordan, the Gaza Strip from Egypt, and the Golan Heights from Syria. They also took the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt. This made the Palestinians living in these areas unhappy, leading to more conflict. Despite many attempts, peace has been hard to achieve. There have been two major uprisings by the Palestinians against Israeli control, known as the Intifadas. The first one in the late 80s was mostly peaceful protests, but the second one in 2000 was much more violent. Attempts at peace, like the Oslo Accords in the early 90s and the Camp David Summit in 2000, did not succeed in solving the main issues. So, where are we today? Recent events have made the situation even more complicated. For example, the Trump administration's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital stirred up a lot of debate. Also, Israel building more settlements in the West Bank, despite international criticism, has led to more tension. The conflict between Israel and Palestine is still ongoing, with no easy solutions in sight.